True Sports episode 14 is on the air. I'm Taylor. He's Lewis. Got college football week 0 underway.
Week 0.
Northwestern just held on. Northwestern held on to beat Nebraska and Ireland earlier today overseas.
Yes.
Neither of those two teams were in the top 25, not even nearly. But I've been hearing that it was an upset win for Northwestern over Nebraska.
You could call it an upset. I think it could have went either way, to be honest with you. I mean, both teams are not top 25 ranked, but they're both very respectable in their own right. Northwestern is, not to be taken lightly, and of course Nebraska, of course, a one-time powerhouse Osborne era. So I really don't look at it as much as an upset. Okay, so maybe Nebraska's not as, once powerful as it was back in the 90s and whatnot, but still, it's not like, they're like like a scrub team. I mean, this is a very respectable college football team.
Well, they both are. Also, you got
but more so.
What's that? Go ahead.
I mean, more so Nebraska because they were highly ranked. They won championships and whatnot. So I mean, okay, it's not 1995, 96 anymore, but still, you can't throw them off. You can't throw them off a bridge.
Mm-hmm. You got Nevada at New Mexico State going on right now on ESPN2.
Ah.
Yeah, that's going on right now. It's not even a halftime. In fact, it just kicked off like 33 minutes ago.
Yeah, a very late game, indeed.
Yeah. The Nevada Wolfpack take on the New Mexico State Aggies. Just heading to a commercial break. Probably just taking a timeout. So yeah, week one's next week, and don't forget on my other podcast, the Michigan Sports Truth podcast. Tomorrow we're gonna preview. Matthew Hutchinson and I are gonna preview the Michigan State Spartans, the Michigan Wolverines, and the Detroit Lions. You can follow my other show, the Michigan Sports Truth podcast, on Twitter and Instagram at Michigan_Truth. Like its Facebook page and subscribe to its YouTube channel. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, it'll be me and Matthew Hutchinson previewing football in the state of Michigan. So with that being said, it's time for the True Sports Report. Go ahead, Lewis.
All right. I wonder why they call it week 0, though. I mean, I just don't get that. I mean, the games do count and everything. It's not like they're playing, like a Division II or Division III school.
Probably like an appetizer or something like that to start off before the main course.
Yeah.
At a nice restaurant.
We got a good game. Yeah, I guess when you think about it like that, yeah. Right now, the Braves and the Cardinals are tied at 5 in the bottom of the 9th. Bases loaded and 1 out. I mean, this has been quite a game. To be honest, it's been quite a game here, and they had it was 2, I think, with nobody out at one time, and this looks like it's going to be having extras and whatnot. So we'll have to wait and see. Right now, the Yankees and the A's, at last check, were scoreless. In fact, I'm going to check that game right now because I have the power to watch that game. Right now, it's still 0-0. Now in the top of the 7th. What's going on there? Okay, on top of the 7th. So this looks like to be, one of those quicker, fast-moving games that has nothing happening. The Yankees have been on a good streak lately. They have won the last 3 in a row after getting beat up on the road, which is not good because right now you need all you can get if you want to make the playoffs. And the Mets and Braves are still fighting it out. I have a feeling that it's going to be coming down to the wire in that division, because that is seeming to be, a very interesting race right now. What is going on here? All right, so we'll take care of some news items first before we go on to the scores, since something seems to be going on here. Okay, so I have some other scores here. The Little League World Series is taking shape tomorrow, and Hawaii was over Tennessee 5-1, and they'll play against the Caribbean, who beat Chinese Taipei 1-0. That game is tomorrow at 3:30. I got some MLS scores in the meantime. Toronto's over Chicago 2-0. Montreal over Toronto over Charlotte 2-0. Montreal over Chicago 2-0. Minnesota over Houston 2-1. In the Battle of Ohio, it was Cincinnati and Columbus each tie at 2. Philadelphia just destroyed Colorado 6-0. Ugh. Have I ever mentioned I hate Philadelphia? Probably not. All right, so moving on. Red Bulls over Miami 3-1. And the Red Bulls need all the luck they can get. All right, so now we'll just go over the rest of the baseball scores here. Okay, so in the bottom of the ninth, the D-backs lead the White Sox 10-5. Finna is pitching, and Shields she's at bat. Bottom 9, it's 5-5. Like I said, between the Braves and Cardinals, bases loaded and 1 out. Jansen is pitching, and O'Neill is at bat. But maybe that's a little bit delayed because we're coming up to it right now. And we got a winner. Cardinals win 6-5. Game just ended. Rain delay between the Giants and Twins. Giants are up 1-0 in the top of the 6th. And who knows when that game will continue. Still bomb. It's now 2 outs in the top of the 7th, as the Yankees and A's are in a real pitcher's duel here. 0-0, and each team only has 1 hit. Boring. Just underway, the Guardians and the Mariners are tied at 0. Runner on first, 1 out. Castellano is pitching, and Ramirez is at bat. Gurman is pitching, and Brown is at bat for the Yankees. And Miguel was pitching for the Giants, and Barr was at bat, but that is still in a rain delay, so we'll have to just wait and see what happens there. Angels over the Blue Jays 2-0. Show me the money. Ohtani got the win. Marshall Merrick got the loss, and Harper got the save. The Dead Sox over the Rays 5-1. Hill got the win. Springs got the loss, and Schreiber got the save. Phillies blanked the Pirates 6-0. Gibson got the win, and Beads got the loss. I don't think it's racing to Kirk Gibson, though. Marlins over the Dodgers 2-1. Okay. Alcantara got the win, and May got the loss. The Reds over the Nationals 6-2. Oh, boy. That can't be good. Gilbert got the win, and Diaz got the save. Espanol got the loss. Can't read these names. Tigers over the Rangers 11-2. Rodriguez got the win, and Churchill got the loss. Churchill. Orioles over the Astros 3-1. Kramer got the save. Utley got the loss, and Bora got the save. Brewers over Cubs 7-0. That team was a joke. Rogers got the win. Wick got the loss. Jazz win final Mets over the Rockies 3-0. Pearson got the save. Freeland got the loss. And Octavio got the save. And finally, the Padres over the Royals 4-3. Darvish got the win. Lynch got the loss. And Martinez got the save. Otherwise, we've been facing a lynch mob. Oh. No. Okay, all right. I know. That was bad. By the way, you guys know I meant by the Dead Sox being the Red Sox, of course. And, of course, you all know how I feel about the Red Sox because growing up as a Yankee fan, and still am to this day, you don't like them. In fact, you can't stand them. Run on first now. Oh, boy. All right, so now we'll go to the standings. As we are now about 5 weeks away from the end of the regular season. I don't know about you, but the season's been going a little bit slower than probably because of the lockout in the beginning of the season, which is their own fault. All right, so now we'll go to the standings here. And the standings
Nevada.
go. Oh,
Nevada at New Mexico State is currently in a weather delay. So they so ESPN2 switched to Howard at Alabama State.
I gotta feel sorry for Howard.
Huh.
Just a little joke. I know it's not the name of a person. I just couldn't resist.
Not to be confused with Howard Stern.
Okay, yeah. All right. So in the standings, Yankees are 78 and 40 and 78 and 48. Have a 9-game lead over the Rays at 69-57. So don't think it's over. Don't think the Rays are gonna catch up quite so soon, people. It's not. Right behind them are the Blue Jays at 60-57, 9.5 back. Orioles, the surprise team of the year, at 67-59, 11 games back. And the Red Sox at 62 and 65, 16.5 back. Still rather respectable. To the Central, the Guardians, 66 and 58, have a 3-game lead over the Twins at 63 and 61, a rather pathetic division as it is. White Sox, 3 back, 63 and 63. Royals, 51-77, 17 back, 18.5 back. Sorry, Tigers, 49-78. All right, okay. Moving along to the West. The Astros, or as I call them, the Cheaters, are 81-47. Have an 11-game lead over the Astros at 69-57. Rangers, 22 back at 58 and 68. Angels, 54 and 73, 26.5 back. And the A's are still the A's, 46 and 81, 34.5 back. Sorry. All right. To the National League. Okay, the Mets have opened up a little bit more of a lead now, 82 and 46, and now have a 3-game lead over the Braves at 79 and 49, but don't count them out yet, folks. Phillies trying to play spoiler at 72 and 55, 9.5 back. Doable, but not probable. Marlins, 55 and 71, 26 back, and the Nationals, 39.5 back at 42 and 85. Whoa. That's awful. To the Central, Cardinals, 73 and 54. Have a 6-game lead over the Brewers at 66 and 59. The Cubs, 55 and 72, 18 back. Yuck. Reds, 50 and 75, 22 back. And the Pirates, 47 and 79, 25.5 back. I wish I had better news. To the West, this is a runaway right here. Dodgers 87-38, 18.5 for the Padres at 70 and 58. Giants 61-63, 25.5 back. D-backs 57-67, 29.5 back. And the Rockies 54-74, 34.5 back. Ladies and gentlemen, believe me, the Dodgers have this division wrapped up. There's no question. There is no way the Dodgers are going to lose this division in the West. It looked like for a while that maybe the Padres are going to catch up, like say back in June or whatnot, but the Dodgers are just running away with it. And the Mets think they're going to the World Series. I think the Dodgers have something to say about that as well. Everybody's like,
It'll be a showdown.
It would. But the thing is, everybody in my area who's a baseball fan thinks that, it's going to be a Subway Series. I say, look, if the Dodgers have anything to say about that, you might want to hold off on those World Series tickets, buddy.
Don't take anything for granted.
I won't. But the Dodgers are just too strong. They got a powerful lineup.
Well, I'm talking to the fans out there that say that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, then again, what do they know? They're Mets fans. Oh.
A lesson still not learned.
Yeah, but some people never learn. Oh.
New York motherfuckers.
That was the original name, by the way. Oh.
Just about as bad as
all right, so
Michigan fans and Michigan State fans too.
I was going to say, do you mean Michigan or Michigan State? But I guess you mean both.
Yeah, both, yeah.
Okay. All right, so now we'll go to tomorrow's schedule, and it runs down like this. The Dodgers will take on the Marlins. That's the early game tomorrow at 12:05. That's the Peacock game. Oh dear. The Reds will take on the Nationals at 1:30 at 1:35. Other 1:35 games are the Pirates at the Phillies in the Battle of Pennsylvania, and the Rays take on the Red Sox. 1:37. Angels take on the Blue Jays. 1:40. Rockies take on the Mets. 2:10. D-backs take on the White Sox. Orioles take on Astros. The Cubs take on the Brewers. The Padres take on the Royals. And the Giants take on the Twins. At 2:35, your Tigers take on the Rangers. Oh, boy. 4:07, the Yankees take on the A's. 4:10, the Guardians take on the Mariners. And at 7, the Braves take on the Cardinals. The Guardians. What kind of a name was that anyway? Guardians. I just I mean, you couldn't think of a better name. Oh, maybe. Not even close. I think this game might come down to extra innings, people, because we're seeing something we haven't really seen all year with the Yankees, and that is going into a scoreless game here. Well, I have yet to see it this year. I have yet to see it, but I don't. But of course, I'll tell you, I do like the extra inning the way it's been doing the last couple of years now, since they started doing these runners on second, because it doesn't drag, like say into like the 13th or 14th inning, where you're not going to where you haven't even been able to score a run. So I like the way it has been being done right now. So right now we'll take NFL action here. Right now, the Minnesota Vikings are playing the Denver Broncos. And just a second here while I get this score and play. And Dallas won last night, so that's pretty good. I think they're working on something better this season they have been in the last couple of years. All right, so in today's games, it's 17-10 right now. The Broncos lead the Vikings with 13-23 to go in the third. All the rest are final as the Falcons beat the Jaguars 28-12. The Bengals over the Rams 16-7. The Bears over the Browns 21-20. The Cardinals over the Titans. Titans over the Cardinals 26-23. And the Dolphins did a number on the Eagles 48-10. Ravens over Commanders 17-15. And the Colts over the Buccaneers 27-10. Tomorrow, Giants face the Jets in the annual preseason game, and your Lions take on the Steelers. And that will wrap up preseason football for the year.
That Lions Steelers preseason game kicks off tomorrow at 4:30 on your local CBS affiliate Eastern Time.
Right. Yeah, of course, I always look forward to the Giant-Jet game, even though it doesn't really mean anything, but it's for bragging rights. Even though I don't think either team is going to do well this year, and I think if Danny Dimes doesn't do his job this year, he is a goner. Because you're going on now 5.
By the way, Hard Knocks means nothing. Wins still have to be earned.
Oh, you're referring to the HBO TV show Hard Knocks?
I am not a fan of that shit.
Yeah. I thought that. All right, so Thursday's games we got for college football looks pretty good. Your Central Michigan Chippewas will take on Oklahoma State at 7 o'clock. Oh boy. Pittsburgh will take on West Virginia.
One of my dad's favorite college teams.
Oklahoma State?
Yeah. He graduated from Michigan Tech, but he graduated from Michigan Tech up in the UP, but yeah.
All right. Pittsburgh will take on West Virginia. That's a number 17 team. And number 22, Wake Forest will take on VMI. And on Friday, in a battle for bragging rights in the state, Western Michigan will take on Michigan State, which is ranked number 15.
Friday at 7 on ESPN.
Yeah. I'll be looking forward to that game. Of course, I'll also be looking forward to the Central Michigan Chippewa game as well. Again, they're getting some good coverage now, at least. They're not known for getting a lot of coverage, but still. All right. So as I mentioned, the Little League Championship match tomorrow is set between Hawaii and the Caribbean to be in the final game. Hawaii beat Tennessee 5-1. The American final, Cohen Akamoto struck out 7. Rustin Hato hit 2 home runs in the 7th to put the game out of reach. Cohen has struck out 24 batters and only gave up 2 hits in the entire tournament. He is not able to pitch tomorrow due to pitch limit rules by the league standards. That's always been the way it's been done. Hawaii in the tournament has outscored its opponents by a score of, you guys ready for this? 47-2. Karako beat Taiwan in the finals and Hawaii is seeking its 4th title in their history. The last one was in 2018. Good luck. Boston Celtics forward Delano Granali left the world qualifying game today as a result of a knee injury. The Celtics bet grabbed the bounce pass in the lane against Georgia, not the city in the U.S., but that's in the Russian area. Just for those of you who are not aware. And An MRI will be looked at tomorrow. While play continued, he hobbled over to the side, holding back the knee as trainers rushed to his aid. He limped off the court and went to the locker room with the help of a staff member and his teammate. Italy went up winning the game 91-84. Ronaldo had 17 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. An MRI will be performed likely tomorrow, but it doesn't need to be serious. The Williams sisters are going to give it one more try. That's right. They'll play together one more time at the U.S. Open after receiving a wild card entry. That is, both of them.
I thought
It's the
Serena
first time-
retired. I thought they were
No,
both
no, no.
retired.
No. She is stepping down eventually, but she's not giving an exact date of when she will be retiring.
Oh, gotcha.
That's
I got
been
ahead of
the rule, right?
I
No, a lot of people made that
misread
same
and got
mistake.
ahead of myself.
Right. A lot of people making that same mistake, so you're not alone. So, anywho, this is the first time they'll be double partners since the French Open 4 years ago. The U.S. Open is believed to be the last for Serena, as she announced in her evolution from tennis, as she told in a Vogue essay earlier this month, if you believe that stuff. The Williams sisters have won 2 doubles tournaments, in 1999 after winning the French Open earlier in the season. Serena won the first of her 23 major titles there. Wow. Since they become the 2 most prolific players in the sport of tennis, have won 14 Grand Slam doubles tournaments together and 3 Olympic gold medals. In what looks to be another father-like-son sports story, Nick Sanders, or Nicholas Sanders, as the case may be, son of Hall of Famer Barry Sanders, is joining the Michigan State basketball team as a walk-on. The Spartans released their 2022-23 schedule roster as of yesterday, showing Sanders wearing number 20, the same number his father wore during his days as a member of the Lions. Nicholas is a guard who stands at 5'9", played at the Troy County Day School, and wore number 23. Over the summer, Barry Sr. Made an appearance at Michigan State as he chatted with the team as Nicholas was considering.
Sanders,
Considering his options. Sanders' oldest son, Barry Jr., played football for Stanford, then went to Oklahoma State, where his dad played. Like father, like son. Michigan State finished 23-13 in the Big Ten overall and 9-7 in the conference, and had at-large bid at the tournament. Timberwolves forward Taurean Prince was arrested yesterday at Miami International Airport on a fugitive warrant out of Texas. Okay, explain that one. Prince was booked at Turner Gufield Correctional Facility last night, according to inmate records. It was not clearly known as to what charges Prince was facing. That makes it even more bizarre. In a statement, the Timberwolves said they are aware of the situation and are gathering more information. I've heard nothing since. The Wolves did sign Prince to a 2-year, $16 million deal back in June. Very bizarre. The Vegas Knights scooped up one of their last remaining free agents on Wednesday as they agreed to sign forward Phil Kessel. The deal clears $1.5 million price tag and would ensure another veteran presence on a team who is looking to return to the postseason. Kessel is now the Iron Man of the league, as he has now played in 956 straight games. Whenever he scores his next goal, it'll be a milestone, as it'll be number 400. I knew Phil was good, but I didn't think he was that good. He was selected in the 5th round overall by the Bruins in 2006, has averaged 20 goals in 12 of his 14 seasons, though his ice time has slipped to 16 minutes and 40 seconds per game, as the Coyotes continue to promote prospects from their AHL squad, that dumpster fire as it is. But Kessel can still score and can still find tough corners to find the loose pucks. One of the most animated players of the game. The Knights also have a new coach this season, Bruce Cassidy, who was fired from the Bruins in the offseason, as the Bruins were nothing more than a trash heap. Even more news for the Golden Knights. They're staying in-house to replace starting goaltender Robin Lanier, who missed the season as he has to undergo, get this, folks, double hip surgery. That's right, I said double. General Manager Kelly McKinnon said the Knights will have a goaltender tandem, an 8-year vet, Laurent Borsnot, and Logan Thompson, who played 20 games in the league. Both will be tasked in replacing Lanier, who has handled the crease last season when the Knights traded Marc-Andre Fleury to the Blackhawks. Mistake number 1 right there. Lanier was 24-17-2 last season with a 9.07 save percentage in 44 games until he was stopped with a shoulder injury. Ugh. What a way to end your season. First, and the FIBA tournament is now in play, and the U.S. got themselves a big surprise from a pep talk, none other than Coach Mike Krzyzewski, or as I say, Coach K. Once again, the words of Coach K worked for the U.S. as they won their first match. John Jenkins was the lead scorer for the U.S. with 22 points on 8 for 9 shooting, and was 6 for 7 shooting on 3-point range in a rout over Uruguay, 105-71. Yeah, that's a rout, all right, in a World Cup qualifying game. Coach K led the U.S. to 3 straight gold medals in 2008, 2012, and 2016. He stepped down before last summer's Olympics. The win combined with the win from Puerto Rico or Brazil, the Americans in first place in group play, and would likely need only, I think, one more win, and they will go to the World Cup. Langston Galloway, 8 points in the victory as well, as the U.S. likely 2 wins away, I should say now. They're 2 wins away from advancing to next year's World Cup, and I don't have a doubt in my mind. I am certain they will go to the World Cup. On the other side, the Joker, Nikolai Jokic, gave Siberia a much-needed win over Greece in World Cup qualifying action on Thursday. The host country came away with a 194 overtime victory despite the Greek freak himself scoring 40 points. The Joker had the last lap, scoring 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. The current MVP wowed the home crowd with a one-legged turnaround jumper late in the fourth at the 3-point line, while Giannis draped over him to give Siberia an 8-point lead. I never thought they played basketball in Siberia. I guess they do. With under 2 minutes left to play. Greece, however, stormed back. Former Oregon standout Tyler Dorsey scored a 3-pointer with 11 seconds left and forced the game to go to overtime. Jokic, however, dominated the overtime session with 2 consecutive baskets over Giannis to give Siberia a 6-point lead and never looked back. However, Giannis scored 40 points, shooting 14 for 25 with 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Siberia is now 2-3 in the qualifying tournament, with Turkey for 4th in a play group that includes Greece, Latvia, Great Britain, and Belgium. Keep in mind, only 3 top teams will qualify for the World Cup next summer. And as the U.S. Open begins on Monday, Novak Djokovic, a 21 major time champion, is not able to play in the U.S. Open because he refuses to get vaccinated. Well, it's your fault, stupid. Djokovic made the announcement on Thursday, shortly before the draw was announced, and tweeted, "I am sorry to say I cannot travel to New York to compete in the Open this year." He wishes fellow players best of luck and hopes to compete again in the future, although that remains to be seen. After winning Wimbledon last month, Djokovic was hoping the U.S. would change its policy, allowing him to play in this year's final major tournament, and appeared to be getting ready for the tournament. He even posted an Instagram video on July 30th, my mother's birthday, practicing in a hard court. Continuing on, but Djokovic was forced to withdraw from last week's Western and Southern Open and was barred from the National Bank Open event in Canada. On Wednesday, CDC guidelines updated to say that non-U.S. citizens must show proof of your vaccination status with a primary series of accepted COVID-19 vaccines before boarding a flight to the U.S. Only limited exceptions apply. Didn't say what they were. U.S. Open Director Stacey Alister said, "We are sorry. We're sorry, Uncle Albert. No, we are sorry that Dvorak will not be able to play this year due to restrictions, but hopes to have him back next year." Well, kind of hard to say. I mean, because I don't know if the restrictions will be lifted by then either. And it's official: the Lakers have acquired Utah Jazz guard Patrick Beverley. An announcement that was made back on Thursday. Lakers general manager, that was told by Lakers general Rod Pelinka. And it says that they are thrilled to add him. His spirit and toughness would be a great asset to the team. Yeah, too bad you play for the Clippers. I mean, what do you got to make about that? They're just not, we are confident that his 3 and D style will fit nicely with the other pieces to the roster and align perfectly with Coach Ham's philosophy, hard work and smart play. Beverly referenced the deal on Thursday morning in a tweet, writing that he woke up this morning and said, "Today, I am a member of the Lakers." Okay, so you are. Bad news for Thunder fans as Chet Holmgren, the new Thunder guard, will miss the entire season with a foot injury he suffered in last Saturday's Pro-Am tournament. What a way to start your season. He suffered the injury while trying to defend LeBron James on a fast break. Well, there's your first mistake, buddy. General Manager Sam Presti told reporters on Thursday that during an availability session, the Holmgren will have foot surgery after the Thunder had consulted with 3 specialists. Previously confirmed that he suffered a ruptured tendon in his foot. It is not a fracture, knowing that the Thunder were optimistic about his recovery, but were also very conservative. Well, at least it's not a fracture. So if that's any good news right there, you think you got it. All right. Jury awards Vanessa Bryant $16 million as part of a $31 million verdict back on Thursday against the LA County for deputies and firefighters sharing disturbing photos of Kobe, her daughter Gianna, and 7 of the passengers who were killed in a helicopter crash on the morning of January 26, 2020, on way to a basketball tournament. The 9 jurors agreed that Mrs. Bryant and her attorneys that the photos invaded her privacy and caused her emotional distress. She quietly cried as the verdict was read. The jury deliberated more than 4 hours, reaching a verdict on Kobe Bryant Day, 8/24, which represents his numbers of 8 and 24 in the league. Also the day after his birthday. The pictures were mostly among LA County sheriffs and firefighter members were playing video games and attending an awards banquet. Oh, please. They also were shared by some of their spouses, and in one case, a bartender at the bar where a deputy was drinking. Bizarre. Mrs. Bryant tearfully testified during the trial that the news of the photos compounded her still in raw grief a month after the death, and she still has nightmares and panic attacks. And at the thought of the photos may be lurking out there. Can you blame her? I mean, really. The NHL, that coming from Deputy Commissioner Bill Daley. The situation is difficult, but it's out of our hands. We're expecting them to be all good at North America Daily with while being the league's at the league's European tour, Paris. Ooh. Like I said, situation is difficult. It's out of our hands. So just like with the pandemic and many issues, we looked to the governing agencies to make decisions as we play by the rules. Since the Russian invasion began 6 months ago, it has been unclear how the situation would affect Russian players. Last season, just 60 Russian born players played in the league. Many in the scouting community feared that Russian players would be shut out in the first round of the draft for the first time since 2005, given the uncertainty of the crisis and potential travel restrictions. However, there were 3 Russian players that were selected in the first round. Pavel Minikov from the Ducks, Ivan Marashenko of the Capitals, and Delena Yarvov of the Wild. And we're pretty wild. Oh, boy. Okay. And for something completely ridiculous, Tiger Woods and Roy McIlroy are launching a tech-infused golf league in partnership with the PGA Tour that will have players competing on 6 three-man teams in 15 regular season matches, also including a playoff that will start in January 2024. The new league, called the TGL, will feature 2-hour 18-hole matches on a virtual course. The match will take place on Monday nights in a custom-made venue yet to be determined. Oh boy. The matches will take place on Monday nights between January and April, and each of the 6 teams will compete each other 5 times over the course of the season. If you want my opinion, that is just plain dumb. Virtual golf. But of course, the PGA is looking to jazz up everything next year as they're going to compete in. Players are looking to compete in 20 events and 12 major tournaments. And get this, the prize money is going to jump up to between 15 and 20 million. If that's not an incentive to get the players back from this LAV, whatever it is, I don't know what it is. But the thing is that, and these other players were bitching about, oh, we want to play in the Open tournament, but that's still, part of the PGA. And after you bolted them to form your own ridiculous league, no. I'm sorry, you bolted out and you want to come back and play in the British Open? No. Don't work that way, people. It just doesn't work that way. As the old saying goes, you snooze, you lose. Right now, Broncos are still up 17-10 as we're still in the third quarter. And right now, in the eighth, it's still 0-0. A's over the Yankees. The A's and Yankees. It isn't often that we get games like this, but tonight we got one of them. All right, so continuing on. And, he got him. And there's now, only one out. And the Dodgers are still way out in front. Dodgers still way out in front. I don't see how that they're going to be able to. I don't see how that the Mets are going to be able to overcome them in winning a championship. But I know a lot of Mets fans that think differently with that. But that remains to be seen. All right. I think I'm gonna throw it back over to you.
All right. So that is True Sports episode 14. I'm Taylor Phillips. He's Louis Tenor. True Sports is a presentation and production of Phillips Media Enterprises. But join me and Matthew Hutchinson tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern in the afternoon as Matt and I preview football in the state of Michigan with the Spartans, Wolverines, and Lions. Until then, ta-ta for now. Hit them with a high.
Good night.